at work. Well, be glad that you are working in the middle of this pandemic. This is your Gold TA 70s chick here again, and I'm getting new blinds. I already got new blinds outside, but I have a woman cave now here in my sunroom. My mom just gave us her sectional that she never used, as she only had it for like 5-6 months. So we put one part of it in the living room and another part of it back here. So I'm going to be doing my shows sitting here instead, and you can see the back fence. I was going to sit with it on the arm of my new couch, but it was too dark, so I'll have to sit here, and maybe I can somehow maneuver. Maybe I can still put my laptop here facing in, and I'll just have to sit in a chair. Either way, well, this works for me though. So you could hopefully see me a little bit better. And or actually, like I said, it's a little dark because it's an overcast day too. It just got done raining here. So anyway, without further ado, today's review is going to be ex-Grand Funk Railroad drummer Don Brewer formed a band who recorded their one and only album. The band is called Flint. And this album didn't garner many reviews, or I don't know if it sold. It didn't sell particularly well, never really got much recognition. So until 2009, it was re-released by Wounded Bird Records. Luckily, and I was very lucky to have purchased this. It's got a lot of rock tunes, and there's some where they're remakes of one of them. They do a really feel-good version of Back in My Arms Again from the Supremes, and the Yardbird song For Your Love, which features Todd Rundgren on guitar. A lot of it is like R&B. Evidently, I think Don Brewer was a fan of 60s R&B. So there's a little bit of that, a little bit of rock. There's Frank Zappa that plays guitar in one of the better tunes called Better You Than Me. And like I stated before, when I did a review of Grand Funk Railroads Were an American Band, I stated how Mark Farner went solo. I think he had 2 solo albums, which I really hadn't checked out. But Don Brewer was always the more powerful. He could write lyrics better than Mark Farner could. And he had that really commanding, that baritone voice, and of course his drumming. And Mel Schacher, who was the bass player, he also plays guitar on a lot of these tracks, which is really impressive. I think, let me check here. He plays guitar on, let's see, let's switch one. Let's see, the guitar. He plays guitar on one of the good songs called One of Me. Then he plays, I think, just that one song. I'm not sure. But here it says he plays guitar on, I think, more. They got the facts mixed up a little bit. They didn't include Frank Zappa's name on the gatefold. However, it's here on the inside where you can see. And of course, I need my glasses to read a lot of the fine print, as you can see there. Anyway, let's get into the music. First song we're going to hear is Back in My Arms Again. They did a really good job remaking this. Like a nice feel-good. They turned it in a nice feel-good version. Hi, Momo. My dog's on my bed right now. Doggy. my hubby's talking to my dog. They're staring at each other. And of course, after this is a nice tune. It's kind of a funky rocking tune called "You Got It All Wrong," which features backup vocals by, they call themselves White Lightning, a trio of female singers, backup singers, and they do a superb job. I always like the harder rocking tunes than a lot of the R&B stuff, but either way, it's still good. Okay, well here Here's that tune, You Got It All Wrong. Nice. I always love the keyboards, the way they did the keyboards in the band. And Mel Schacher's bass, of course. This is a superb tune. I love this. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. It's really funky. I love listening to it in my car. And not many facts are really, I couldn't really find any dirt on this band, except for the fact that this is their only album. That a lot of times these bands that reform from the ashes of their former band, they never last long. Either they don't get off the ground at all, or they do record only one album and then disband. So, hi Momo. Oh, my dog's looking at me. See if you can see him. Say hi. He sees himself. I think he thinks it's another dog. Momo, who's that? It's nice. I can swing this table around now. But now, like I said, you get to see my couch now instead of my bed. But anyway, let's see. Did anybody? Oh, hey, hello, Lee. I didn't see you there. You can see my couch, and you can. Unfortunately, you get a view of the gnarly-looking fence. I tried to put the laptop on the arm to go out the window, but for some reason, even though there's light, it's dark. You can't really see me well, so I have to sit here. And yeah, there's a lot of shifting around I have to do back here. But yeah, this is, like I said, I'm going over. This was the drummer from Grand Funk Railroad who redid this one-shot band called Flint from their hometown of Flint, Michigan. And like I said, it was the only album that didn't garner much attention when it was released. But then Wounded Birds re-released it in 2009. I said, well, I'm going to give this a shot. And I'm glad I did. I tend to skip through a lot of the R&B type tunes, but I decided to kind of give them a little listen to on the way here in my car, listen to a little bit. And they're actually pretty good. I think one of the songs I don't care for too much is called Love Me Like You Used To. Anyway, doing the Detroit Shuffle. Let's listen to another minute of this. Groovy. Funky, kind of like danceable. Yeah, it just got done raining here earlier. But yeah, I like my new room. And I got my stereo sitting here on the edge, on the arm. Okay, next song is a slow ballad song called Too Soon to Tell. That's another great song, another great tune. Here it is. It's called Too Soon to Tell. Comes in kind of low. See, it still has that Grand Funk vibe. And let's see who plays guitar on this. Oh, Todd Rundgren does guitar. Oh, on that last song, You Got It All Wrong, Mel Schacher does the guitar. Yeah, Don Brewer, I like his voice, that baritone, lower, like a lower tenor. Too soon to tell. Well, yeah, so let's see, Todd Rundgren does the guitar on this one. And what else? For Your Love, the remake of the Yardbirds tune. And he does guitar on a number of the songs. And then the bassist Mel Schacher plays guitar on another great song that I like called One of Me. But yeah, Todd Rundgren, great producer, great singer, great guitar player, multi-talented. just like the bass player. Obviously, see, it still has that Grand Funk drive, like that late, like their last few albums from We're an American Band to their very last one. Actually, they have a album that sounds similar to this called Born to Die. I might cover that next. That's one of their more mature sounding albums, and that was right before their breakup. And has a lot of good songs. Some rock, some like this. It's really a great album. It's too bad it didn't get really good recognition. But by that time, I think Grand Funk's popularity was starting to wane, and they were on the verge of breaking up. And they finally broke up in 1976 after a last album called Good Singing, Good Playing. And let's see. Okay, this one. Love Me Like You Used To. It's kind of got like a barroom kind of, yeah, like a smoky barroom kind of honky-tonk feeling. But a lot of these songs I tend to skip over because I like the rockers. And there's quite a few of them. Two of my favorites I'm going to play. Yeah, this one, like I said, I'm not really into this too much. But some people might like this. Because he's a fan of R&B. Oh, baby, love me like you used to. Okay. Here's For Your Love with Todd Rundgren on guitar, and it's the remake of the Yardbird song. And they did a good job on this as well. Yeah, and Back in My Arms Again. I don't know if you missed that, Lee, but they did a version of that they did really well. They really did. Oh, I should have put the light on in here. But I don't want to get up. Well, at least now, when I put the light on, you guys don't have to see my butt anymore. Much better. So see, now you don't have to see my nasty butt anymore. So maybe I'll get more views after that. Yeah, speaking of Todd Rundgren, he's a really kind of he's a goofy guy, and he also has a pretty decent album called A Wizard, a True Star. He does some really goofy tunes on that one. Like, what was one of them? Onion Head. Oh my God. Okay, so let's get into, I got my bell bottoms on, I'm trying to roll them out. But okay, here's one of my favorites, One of Me. And, oh no, this one's Keep Me Warm, I'm sorry. And this has background vocals from the female singers. They called themselves White Lightning. And actually, Jimmy Hall, who used to be in Wet Willie, that kind of blue-eyed soul, kind of honky-tonk, that's who that song, Love Me Like You Used To, just sounded like earlier. But yeah, and guitar, he plays guitar in this as well, Todd Rundgren. And yeah, like I said, it's all in all, it's a good CD. I just sometimes don't care for their commercial R&B sounding stuff. But yeah, this was a commercial effort, and maybe that's why it didn't take off very well, because a lot of people are still looking for that Grand Funk song. Well, let's skip that to here it is, One of Me.
All right,
bye-bye.
Rock on.
Oh, God, bye.
Rock on, Momo.
Okay, here comes in the cacophonic piano here. Kind of goofing around here a little bit. But then it kicks into high gear. And the bass player also plays guitar, Mel Schacher. Love this tune. You can have either one, but there's only one of me. You can have I feel like I'm in the 70s right now with my my shirt and my bell bottoms and the couch here and these lights. I feel like I'm right in the 70s. About circa 75 maybe, even though this album came out in 78. Doesn't matter. I know it's a lot of 70s movies, like they based on the 70s. They don't play the music, like they set it at a certain year, but they got the music, the chronological, the way whenever these songs were released. It's either, it's usually, if it was a few years back, it's one thing because they were popular back then, but they usually do it ahead, like for that remake of Starsky and Hutch. There's Bay City, Michigan, and it was 1975. Yeah, which is one of my favorite years, 1975. And they were playing Barry Manilow's Can't Smile Without You, which didn't come out until 78. So that's just my pet peeve. I figure if you're going to do a movie based on a certain year, play the right music and do the right subjects. So that's my pet peeve. Yeah, so I can live my 70s dream right here. Because it is kind of 70s, because it used to be an efficiency. I've got my entertainment center crammed over here in this corner. And this used to be, like I said, this used to be an efficiency. So there's still a sink with cupboards here. I think you could see the last time. And it's too bad we don't own the house, because I'd love to have all that taken out. And, of course, the bathroom redone. And then if this all taken out and they had a divider here, or you can make it all into one. Yeah, I really like this song. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, they re-released it, and it was in, like I said, 2009. And then the next song, Better You Than Me, has Frank Zappa playing guitar. This one has... Now this has the Grand Funk Drive of their later albums. I guess maybe Don Brewer didn't want... The reason why he did a lot of those R&B tunes, not only because he liked it, but I think he wanted to make it... He didn't want to make it as an actual copycat of Grand Funk Railroad, because, he didn't want to... Because sometimes people have those bands and they sound like their old one. So he wanted to do something completely a little bit different. But unfortunately, like I said, the band, usually when they're offshoots of past bands, a lot of times they don't last for... I love this. This is another one. Yeah, so a lot of times they don't last very long. Like I said, they don't take off the ground, or they... I love these lyrics. You make me want to kill. Just like pranking all those Indians. You make me want to kill. And sing that Booly 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 song. I'm not going to go into it because I don't want to get flagged for hate speech, which there's really no hate speech. I'm not a racist person in any way, shape, or form, but it's still funny to kind of kid around with people. But, and again, I always put the disclaimers in the videos and the introduction, but I don't own the rights to this music. I don't own the copyright, so this is just for entertainment purposes. So I always do those disclaimers. And, I was going to do this. I was going to, like I said, have the idea to do this, and I thought, no, why don't I get into another CD? And it was one of Steppenwolf's CDs, their very first one, which I haven't really heard much of, to be honest. But then I'm listening, I'm like, no, do Flint. It's a lot more fun. And it's like an offshoot. I like to do, like I said, I like to do things like bring out obscure music that nobody's heard, or maybe I review a couple good albums that everybody has heard, and I give that my own spin on it and dig up the facts and all the dirt and so on and so forth. So, hi, Kitty. Hi, Sasha. My cat's walking around. Come on. Come on, Sasha. Come on, here you go. Say hi. Say hello. Hi. Oh, say hi. You're such a sweetie. Mo, no, leave the cat alone. Leave her alone. Oh boy, no. Uh-oh, here we go. Mo, leave her alone. He loves to fuck with the cat. I don't know why. Leave her alone. I think he's just a bully. You know, cats and dogs, you know, they bully each other. She could probably take his eyes right out. Leave her alone. He's sitting there stalking her. Mo, look at this. Mo, who's that? Okay, next song. Next song is called Rainbow. This is kind of poppy, like mainstream, but it's still. Isn't this so happy and feel good? This usually isn't really my type of music, but if you know who's actually doing it, which is Don Brewer, it's a lot more fun. Although I have covered a group in the past called Blood Rock, where I said they changed their tune and they did this jazz. They took the jazz route, but it was really bad. But in this case, he does a pretty good job on this album. And man, I got to get back here and clean again and mop the floor. It's a never-ending project. But anyway, it's a lot of fun doing this from my couch. I feel a lot more better, a lot more relaxed. So, hi, kitty. Good boy. He left her alone. He actually listened, which is really odd. Okay, so let's see. Wow, we did pretty good. Got 21 minutes here. The very last song I just started listening to in the car that I never tend to listen all the way through. It's called You'll Never Be the Same. And the lyrics are good. And I love the beginning of this when they fade in with that mellotron. The mellotron, if those of you don't know what it is, it's actually a keyboard, but it kind of simulates strings. Here we go. I'll show you. This. Every time you hear that, it's a mellotron, and it's actually, like I said, they're keyboards, and they simulate strings. And it sounds a little melancholy here, but it picks up a little. Yeah, this is truly a good tune. They recorded this at the Swamp, wherever that is, and in Les Chateaux. That was the overdubs. Los Angeles, Utopia Sound, Bearsville, all where Todd Rundgren is probably familiar with. He's worked there because he's, produced a lot of albums. Yeah, see, this is a pretty good song, too. I got to take my water here. Speaking of water, I got to take a ride down to the store and get my bubbly water that I'm addicted to. I get it one day, and within 2 days, it's gone. I get the 12 packs, and they're gone within 2 days. So anyway, I'm glad you got to see, my couch here, my new space that I can come back and hide. Usually I was always on my bed on my phone. And so I told my hubby, I said, you probably won't see me anymore. I'll be back here the whole time. And of course I have to do my yoga now in the office, which still has a little bit of room, but it's actually looking like it's an old house, like I said. It's a work in progress, but what a difference, like furniture here and there, new furniture placed everywhere. What a difference it makes, really. But anyway, that being said, I hope you enjoyed the show. And that was, of course, the debut album by Flint, which is an offshoot of Grand Funk. And like I said, I hope you all visited it, and I'll see you back on Wednesday for another half-hour album review with your Gold TA 70s chick. And everybody have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in 2 days. Bye. Good show. Thank you.